This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Hey, good morning. It is the Morning Drive on Lubbock Sports Station, Double T 97.3 and Double T 97.3.com. We get this from the Yates Flooring Center chat line, Jamie. Chuck, I watched rather than listening. That's disappointing. I don't know what you were thinking. Were you and Fink talking about concession stand foods in the second half? Shockingly, no. We were focused on the game, Jamie.
Okay.
We weren't talking about the concession stand foods. So
I feel like that's a fair question.
Probably so. Probably so. But the game was just so it was fast and fun. And when you've been on the other side of those things so many times, you know, it's like fun to be on the winning side of those beatdowns.
You guys sounded like you were having fun.
We did have fun. Mm-hmm. Finkner had the nugget of the night, and we maybe should get that sponsored. And he held it in his back pocket until the very end, which was great. For Coach Gerlich last night, it was her 101st win as a coach of the Lady Raiders. In her playing career with the Lady Raiders, she won and was part of 101 wins.
Okay.
You like that, the nugget of the night?
I feel like that you probably felt like you had lost, right?
I was like, wow, that was really good. That was. It's not like we try to up each other, but I mean,
it sounds like it.
Well, sometimes they say, hey, I got one for you. I got one for you. I got one for you.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we got a sack full of nuggets, you know, and but you know it's kind of what we do. It's kind of,
and we all love it.
And we enjoy it. So we're having fun. So that makes it a lot of fun when you're winning. All right, we'll have Red Raider baseball with Tim Tadlock on the air tonight. That'll be from 6 to 7. Also tonight we'll have Liberty girls basketball as they take on Bridgeport tonight. That'll be at 6:30. That'll come to you from Abilene Christian University, I should say. That'll be on 100.7 The Score. What do you expect to hear from Coach Tadlock tonight? What do you think's in his brain tonight?
Just we're staying the course, and we got a lot out of playing those tough games early on, and he's gonna probably tell you like how his team responded after the 8-run bottom of the first on Tuesday, and probably a little bit of just, hey, it's early on in the season. There's a lot of baseball. I don't think our guys are panicking, and hopefully that we take a little momentum away from the midweek contest, and things like that. Yeah,
the fact finding continues for the most part. Do you think?
Sure. I mean, 4 games is not a season,
right? And I mean the teams that you've got coming up, I mean, you've got now a 15-game homestand. This might sound a little crazy. Do you think that's too many in a row at home?
No.
I mean, I'm asking you, a guy that just came off the road from 6 nights, that would say, oh, it's nice to sleep in my own bed last night.
What was the road trip last year? It wasn't 15 games, but it was insane as well.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know.
So no, he's still making up for last year.
I don't know why would it be too many.
Oh, I don't know. On one hand, I think about just the fans. 15 home games in a row seems like that's a lot. I mean, and then the other thing is going out on the road gives you a chance to team bond and kind of see what you've got, and you're in different parks and different places, and I don't know, it gives you different nuances about your team. But maybe what you need just more than anything else is just to play games.
Yeah, I think most teams, the majority of their non-conference schedule is played at the house.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And for the Red Raiders, they started with 4 away, and then it's going to be 15 on the road, and you're going to play a bunch on the road, or 15 at home, and then you're going to play a bunch on the road after that. So it just all works out. I think you're trying to make sure you're getting your footing, you're getting all these young guys, these new guys in, and get them feeling comfortable and all that kind of stuff. Get some innings, some at bats, get some confidence, all those things, and it's not as if everybody in this 15-game homestand will be easy, because you're going to play some tough teams, including your opener against Kansas. So there's some tough teams in there.
Do you have any oddball questions for him tonight? I mean, you really want to know this, he might just kind of throw him a little curveball. No oddball questions tonight.
Jamie Lent and Tim Tadlock talking. Oddball question.
You want me to write one down for you? Slip it in your backpack.
Good. Yeah, it just doesn't seem par for the course with the two of us.
Right. I just,
well,
you could say this is from somebody named Chuck, in, the hinterland or something.
So what's your oddball question?
I don't know if I've got to come up with one. Like, what would be? Maybe the oddball question would be: is that too many games in a row to play at home? That might be an oddball question.
Well, he made the schedule, so I wouldn't guess he would say yes to that.
Yeah, he might say, I've been thinking about that, and upon further review, we probably should have thrown in a road game to someplace, along those lines. I'll be curious to see what all he's got to say tonight. So we'll have that for you tonight from 6 until 7 on Double T 97.3, and then baseball tomorrow. It's an afternoon affair. It'll be on both 100.7 The Score and on Double T 97.3 as Albany comes to town. So that should be fun. And then more high school hoops tomorrow. And now we're in the portion of the year where you lose and you're done. So the Memorial girls will take on Decatur at Stanford. That'll be on Sunny 97.7 tomorrow at 6. And the Friendship girls take on South Lake Carroll at Abilene Christian. That'll be at 6:30. That's a toughie for them, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the South Lake Carroll is like the all-time nemesis to anything Friendship.
Yeah. We'll have that game for you on Double T 97.3 tomorrow night. That'll be at 6:30.
Chuck, you know what tomorrow's game at Danlaw Field is?
It's the home opener.
It's not just the home opener. It's perfect Friday late business meeting day.
Oh, yeah, crosstown meeting. Well,
because you take your guy to lunch and say, hey, let me improve it. Yeah. I've got tickets for the baseball game.
So I do have a lunch tomorrow, okay, that's not at the ballpark, and then we're leaving for Colorado at 3, so I'm not going to be able to have that crosstown meeting tomorrow at Danlaw Field or Rip Griffin Park.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Today is February the 19th, 2026. Here is Jeff McGuire with this day in sports history.
Not gonna lie, today's one of those days in history that if one thing had been different, one of our entire terms that we use, I don't say every day, but as a regular basis would have to change.
Oh, boy, you've got me tuned in.
1946, however, we start. New York Giants outfitter Danny Galderera is the first Major League player to announce he is jumping to the Outlaw Mexican Baseball League for a fee of $10,000.
Payday.
1965, the NFL adds a sixth official. This would be the line judge.
Do they need more?
Huh?
Do they need more?
Well, do they get the calls right?
Not all of them, but I mean...
Then yes, they need more.
Okay.
1980, Washington beats Montreal 3-1 to end the Canadiens' 34-game unbeaten streak against the Capitals. Capitals were 0-32-2 against Montreal since entering the NHL in 1974.
Wow.
In 2006, at the 48th Daytona 500, Jimmy Johnson, driving the Hendrick Motorsports, wins his 203-lap race. going on to win his first championship.
Did you watch any of the Daytona 500 Sunday?
I did not.
Okay. I didn't either. I usually try to watch the last 3 laps or so, and it slipped my mind.
I was in the middle of a baseball game. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You didn't just slip it on while you and Gus were calling a game? Come on, Jamie. And in 2022, Bryson Williams went for 17 points and 6 rebounds. And Clarence Nadolny scored 14 points to lead the number 11 Texas Tech Red Raiders to a 61-55 win over number 20 Texas at the Frank Irwin Center.
Wow.
It is National Chocolate Mint Day.
Sign me up. All day, every day.
Not a huge mint guy.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the America's favorites.
Yeah.
Mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's very American.
Well, it is. Happy birthday to somebody who had an excellent Super Bowl commercial a few years ago. Seal turned 63. Jeff Daniels is 71. Haley Duff is 41. Smokey Robinson is 86.
Wow.
Dave Stewart, 69. And June Jones is 73. Former SMU coach.
Hawaii, too. That's where he kind of cut his teeth.
And on this day, 1777, Congress overlooks Benedict Arnold for promotion. Although the promotions were intended in part to balance the number of generals from each state, Brigadier General Benedict Arnold felt slighted that the 5 junior officers received promotions ahead of him, and in response, threatened to resign from the Patriot Army. He later would turn in his notice, but was talked out of it by General George Washington. Despite having the support of George Washington, Arnold continued to feel unjustly overlooked by his superiors. Finally, in 1780, Arnold betrayed the country by offering to hand over the Patriot-held fort at West Point, New York, to the British. And if maybe he had been promoted on this day, we wouldn't think Benedict Arnold is the quintessential traitor.
Yeah.
And that is this Dan Sports History.
How about that? Don't be a Benedict Arnold. They'd have been a little nicer to him, then he wouldn't have done what he did.
Maybe don't be a jerk. Promote the people who deserve it. Well, they're from Maine, so we need to get them up. No, promote the people who deserve it.
Yeah, maybe there's a story that goes behind that.
Yeah.
There's a reason he wasn't.
Yeah, it's called
promoted.
politics.
Big 12 basketball from last night. Number 8, Kansas beats Oklahoma State in Stillwater, 81-69. Utah winner in Morgantown, 61-56. And Arizona, after losing 2 in a row, bounced back with a win over BYU, 75-68. Saturday, the Red Raiders take on Kansas State. They're a team that's 11-15 and now with an interim coach. And that's a 1:30 tip time. It's a kind of an odd time to tip. Usually it's top of the hour, but that's okay. It's a stripe out. So, you want to make sure that you're in the right seat with the right stripe, right? So make sure you consult that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll put lots of stuff out there.
Yeah.
See it on social media, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Tech is ranked 13th. And then for the Red Raiders, their next game after that is against Cincinnati. So, look, I'm not here to suggest that these are going to be patsy games for you, especially given the
Goodness, no, not without JT.
Well,
Toppin.
yeah, right. What I was going to say is it does give you an opportunity to kind of get your feet underneath you a little bit. It's better than playing Houston and Arizona.
No question, no doubt. Absolutely.
So kind of get you that opportunity to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so that's good. This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Listened to the radio last night, waiting for my first grandchild. I'm a new grandpa. Well, good for you.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Awesome. Congrats. That's great.
Welcome to the world, to your little one. Now you got to hope. I don't know if you got a grandpa name yet or not, but hopefully you get you one. Maybe
he may just have gotten. The kid can't name him yet.
I know.
He can't even talk yet.
He'll get him one.
Well, yeah, not today.
Kid might look at you and like the young phenom looked at me and started calling me Big Paw, and I was deserving of that. When I look at that picture of one of my first ones with him, and like, man, you were a large human, Charles Heinz. And there's no reason why, no question why he called you Big Paw. It's like he probably looked at me and went, "That's a big old man there."
It's too bad he didn't call him boss.
Yeah, that wouldn't have gone over well.
That would have been funny. Or chief.
Or pal. Any one of those three. Yeah. Chief. Boss. I just
buddy. Guy.
Buddy's okay. Guy's all right. I mean, it's just the boss one is what really bothers me. So I realize
Well, have no fear, Chuck. I will never call you boss.
Yeah. Well, I'm not.
That's his title.
That's right. I'm not your...
No, that would be your fear, Jeff. Not his. That would be fear for you.
6:53 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. As we kind of take you through the morning this morning. Also, the Visual Edge IT hotline, it is open for you at 806-771-0973. Among the games last night in college basketball, you had a double overtime doozy between number 20 Arkansas and number 25 Alabama.
So that was a double doozy then.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Alabama comes out and wins it 117-115 last night. So, and then the other score that caught my eye is Creighton upset UConn, and they did that at UConn, winning 91-84. So, you know, Creighton's always had a pretty good basketball team. Not great, but pretty good. I mean, tournament team, made some runs. But to go in and beat the number 5 team in the country on the road, that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like it was the other night when Tech beat number 1 on the road. Also last night, Illinois, a team that you had played previously and lost to, beat down USC 101-65.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
What I'm not smart enough is to stop doing them to myself. So I got to be better.
What thing did you say?
Well, just bringing up the dogs and the, you know, all the things that I do that, you know, 15 years from now, like, well, you remember the night, you know, and you know that it'll come back to me, which is it's fair, it's fine, and I appreciate those.
It doesn't really sound fine right now.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I just know that, you know, there's those things that I bring up, those topics that I in my opinions, you know, and then like 6 years from now, remember the day that Chuck was doing this, yeah. And then it just kind of spins out of control from there.
Chuck, the world is full of different people.
Yeah, and I'm one
and
of them.
And as I said before, you know, I try to live by that whole, you know,
you do you thing.
You do you motto.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do a good job of it, and sometimes I don't. I think
you do a better. I think you do a better job of that, and I think you are our common sense guy. That if we needed any sense, then common. And just to, you know, we could push the Jamie button, and it immediately comes out common sense.
Sometimes maybe. My whole point there was that Jeff and I are two people that just, I think we truly enjoy the companionship of a dog. Mm-hmm. And you're the third member of this, you know,
three-legged stool.
There you go, three-legged stool, and you're different than us.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I'm done.
It's the first thing that we found about you that's different than the two of us. That's definitely a big one.
Do you know why the Blue Man Group only has 3 people in it? Or 3 blue things, whatever they are.
I don't.
3 is the smallest number of a group you can have and have an outcast. Mm-hmm. And in their performance, one of them is always the outcast. Mm. In this particular case, this is where Chuck is the outcast of our Blue Man Group.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Blue Man. And they're coming to town, by the way. Did you know that?
I did.
Are they when?
Yeah. March. End of March.
Okay.
End of March. But we'd miss those things, Chuck. That's what we love about the show. My daughter asked why I laugh so much at the radio talking guys, but it's hard to explain to a 4-year-old. Ha ha.
Radio talking guys.
Radio talking guys. So, all right. So here's the deal. I understand what your expectation is right now. Jeff, do you have a similar expectation that it will be hard to get to the second weekend of the NCAA tournament, given what you know right now?
To put it a different way, like I was going into before the injury, this is an Elite Eight, Final Four type team. This is a team that contend for a national championship. This is in that range. And now I'm like, can you make it to the second weekend?
Okay. What would change your mind, Jamie, Jeff? Because here's what you have left. You play K-State at home on Saturday. It's a 1:30 tip. Then on Tuesday night at 6, you'll play at home against Cincinnati. Then you go to Hilton Coliseum on the 28th, a week from Saturday.
Can I just stop you right there?
Yeah.
Go win that game.
Okay.
Go win that game on the road without JT Toppin. Then I would say, okay, maybe this team is reinventing themselves, and they could win more than one game in the NCAA tournament.
Okay, or even if it's a close game, like let's just say it's 6 or less.
Maybe if you're like in it the whole way and it's a 2-point game with 30 seconds left, but you end up losing by 6. Yeah, maybe I could buy into that.
And then you have TCU, and then you play at BYU to finish them, which will now be very interesting because they're without a player and you're without a player.
Yeah, you still both have talented players.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But
I think our guy was more important than their guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But their guy is very good too. I'm not trying to down.
But they didn't lose to Bansa. I mean, they didn't lose their top guy.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, there's a very high likelihood that you could go 3-2 down the stretch. I'm sure Coach McCaslin, if he's listening, says, what the hell are you talking about, man? We're focused on Saturday and Kansas State, and then we'll make adjustments based on that game and get ready for Cincinnati.
3-2 may happen, Chuck. I don't know. I right now would not say there's a very high likelihood of that. I am not that confident. Okay, I have no idea what this team is going to look like without JT Toppin.
I think that's fair.
No idea.
I think that's fair.
Okay, to sit here today and say that there's a high likelihood of it, I cannot be in that boat. I have no idea what this is going to look like. That dude was extremely important.
Sure, no doubt.
To your team. To your team. Extremely. One of the best players in college basketball.
Right.
I have no idea what you're going to look like without him.
So would you like to make a prediction right now?
No.
No? Okay.
I'll make you one.
Okay. Make me one.
I'm going to need scissors and construction paper to make you one.
I'm terrible with that stuff, by the way. I mean, you put glue, construction paper, and scissors in my hand and ask me to build something, it's a disaster.
I'll go 2 and I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt your construction paper conversation. Am I good to talk basketball here?
You are.
Okay.
You're awesome.
2 and 3.
2 and 3. Jeff?
I'd love to say 2 and 3. I think I'm 1 and 4.
Really?
I mean, he's really important.
Oh, I know that. I've been to the games. I've seen him.
You're also lacking to begin with in the interior.
Right. And he's critical to everything. Right. I get it.
And Luke Bamboye is not here to score 22 points a game.
I know.
It's not like, okay, now we can unleash Luke.
Okay.
I mean, he's a shot blocker and a rim protector and a rebounder and a defender.
Okay. So, you know what? I just got this feeling, deep inside of me that you're going to go 3-2.
Sounds like the start of a Journey song or something.
Yeah. I think this. I think you're going to go 3-2, and one of those 3 is going to be at Iowa State or at BYU.
Okay. It would have to be, wouldn't it? No, you wouldn't have to.
Wouldn't have to be.
You could lose those 2 and win the other 3.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I think.
As much as I'm predicting 1-4, I don't know that I would take 2-3, because you are still a very talented basketball team, and you like everybody else are allowed to figure things out.
Mm-hmm.
But you have lost the key cog of your team.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to make up.
I know.
And even if everybody added in enough points, even if that happens, you're still missing his leadership. You're still missing his defensive side. You're still missing the intangible things.
The energy and intensity and all the above that he brings.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. All right. We'll continue this conversation. Also had the football stuff that I want to get to as well. We need to continue to talk about the Lady Raider beat down of Baylor last night. I mean, I can't tell you how I was tickled pink last night. I was tickled red and black last night with the beat down of the Baylor Bears.
Well, at least it wasn't black and blue. Then we'd have to file assault charges.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
Okay, guys, I'm going to ask you a question today that I think is really a difficult one. And it has to do with the men's basketball team and the loss of JT Toppin. If you are going to be a team that makes it the second weekend of the NCAA tournament to the Sweet 16, clearly guys are going to need to step up. Okay? When it comes to the scoring, who's the guy that you think has to take the biggest jump for this Red Raider team to be back to being a really good basketball team? And maybe I shouldn't say back to. Maybe that's not fair, because we haven't seen them be not one yet. But if they're going to keep it up near this level, who's the guy point wise that needs to take a big jump?
I think Jalen Petty. He's in Big 12 play, averaging 9.5 a game. He's getting 30 minutes a game, so he's playing a lot already. And then I think also right next to him is LaJuan Watts at 10 a game. I think you need to get an extra 4 or 5 per game from those guys to get them into the teens.
Who's your one guy?
I'm going to say Jalen Petty.
Okay.
I can't steal the answer from you from earlier today of yes. But that is such where my head's at with this. Picking one.
Yes,
that's the catch. I'd go LaJuan Watts. I think he's got the best opportunity to add some offensive production to make up with some added time that he's been getting. But he's going to have to start playing better. Like, I mean, there's levels to that. You're going to be getting more time because JT's not there, and now we need Joel, by the way, to play better. But I really like your answer from earlier today. Yes, everybody go up 4 points. That'll help.
Yeah, I think this is. I think you can look at this a bunch of different ways. I don't think either one of your answers are bad. I think the don't overthink this answer is LaJuan Watts. Because LaJuan has been a big-time scorer before. He's been a go-to guy before he came here to Texas Tech. I think we've seen him in games this year be a difference maker for you and be a guy that, whether it be inside or outside, could score for you and kind of feel like a go-to, one of your top guys. I think that's the right answer, but I keep thinking to myself, okay, somebody else has to come into the starting lineup. Somebody else has to be inserted into the starting 5. Who's that going to be? Is it going to be Luke Bamboye? I think that would be maybe the first guess. It's probably the way it's got to be. But if I'm thinking a little outside the box here, I think Josiah Mosley is an interior guy that can step out on the floor, but that at times, because of his skill set in the post and an outside, could demand the defense to react to him. And if this team is going to be at its best, it's Christian Anderson and it's Donovan Atwell shooting three-pointers. Right? That's right now, that's the best thing you do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially without JT Toppin there. That is the best thing you do. Okay? I mean, Atwell's one of the best in the country, and Anderson's not too far behind him as far as three-point percentage goes. And then we know how good of a just pure point guard and scorer Christian is. It feels like to me you have to have a threat in there. And to me, Mosley has the offensive skill set to force defenses to react to him. And so if Mosley's able to score and force defenses to pay attention to him, that hopefully leads to Atwell and to Anderson doing their thing on the outside. The last thing you want right now is defenses to say, we don't have to respect what they're going to do inside. We just got to defend the perimeter here, right?
Yeah.
You need that inside out. You need, them to be worried about the inside, so that opens things up on the outside, and vice versa too. So I think probably Jeff's answer is the don't overthink it answer, because Watts is good with his back to the basket. Okay? But I think Josiah Mosley could give you some of that too. I think we're going to see him play more minutes now. I would be shocked if he didn't. And with that, more scoring opportunities come. So I wouldn't be surprised to see his numbers take the biggest jump.
Okay. And the concern, I guess, with a guy like Bamboye is he's not done it for you yet, and so you're placing a lot of expectations, and just in terms of the scoring. And the other thing that I feel like he's done is comes in and gets in foul trouble almost right away.
There's been some of that, yeah. I mean, Luke is a specialized guy, right? You have some guys on your team that, I mean, Donovan's there to shoot threes, right? I mean, he plays great defense too, but, I mean, other guys are there to, hey, he's the past first point guard. He's running the show, right? And other guys, Luke's in there to rebound, play defense, and block shots, and he's going to get some garbage points for you. You're going to dump it down to him at times, like you've talked about, Chuck, and he's going to score. And he's going to hustle for you, and he's going to bring you energy and all of those kind of things. But you're never going to use him, I wouldn't think, with the ball going through him to initiate your offense.
Yeah.
Right? But pass into the post to Bamboye, they double on him, he kicks out to a shooter. I can't imagine them doubling on Bamboye with his back to the basket. Okay? So unless he's got a little mite guy down there trying to, nip at his heels or whatever. So I think he can do things for you, but in this instance, I don't think you should expect him to take a big jump scoring-wise.
Here's the thing about Petty too. He's third on the team and made threes. So if they are pressuring and spending more time on Anderson and Atwell, does that leave Petty open? And if he can shoot the ball just a little bit better from three, then that might force teams to play him honest as well.
Maybe. That's just a lot of 3-point shooting.
I understand. I mean, you
but
live and die by it.
It might be your only hope.
You've made 74 more threes than your opponents just in Big 12 play.
They're going to be harder to make now that
absolutely
without JT Toppin demanding doubles inside. Yep.
Somebody may have to drive and either get fouled and scored. That may be Anderson too. All right.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
With Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire, I'm Chuck Heinz. It's great to have you with us today on Lubbock Sports Station, Double T 97.3 and DoubleT973.com. We come to you, Jamie, Jeff, and I, from the First United Bank studio. Take your thoughts and comments on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to DoubleT973.com for that of the mobile app. Visual Edge IT hotline at 2 is open, 806-771-0973. We'll have Liberty Girls basketball on the air for you tonight. They take on Bridgeport. That'll come to us from Abilene Christian. That'll be at 6:30. on 100.7 The Score. Red Raider Baseball with Tim Tadlock tonight. That'll be from 6 to 7 p.m. here on Double T 97.3. Last night at United Supermarkets Arena, the Lady Raiders take down the Baylor Bears 87-56. Just an absolute beatdown.
No doubt. That's a good word.
Had 44 in the paint last night, but their defense was just stifling. I mean, Talia Scott is their best player for Baylor. And last night, Jamie, she was 2 of 13 from the field, 2 of 9 from beyond the arc. She got 7 of her 13 points from the free throw line last night. She was 7 for 7. Fouled her once from, I want to say, I know at least once she got fouled from beyond the arc and hit 3. So then I think the other 2 were just free throws that in the act of shooting. But I mean, Danae Fritz was just on her like nobody.
I feel like she's the unsung hero of that basketball team.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, last night Danae played 29 and a half minutes, and she had just 2 points, but her plus minus was 28. I mean,
yeah, her defense is just fantastic.
No question.
She hits key threes for you, handles pressure well. Yeah, I just like her intensity.
And we thought, and both Mark and I thought last night, Sarah Sonogo played one of her best games. She had 10 points last night. She was 5 of 6. The other thing that they did exceptionally well last night, and there have been some challenges with this from time to time, was just hitting their layups. They were 21 of 28 on layups last night. And there's been some times when that's been well below 50% or even in the, 40s, and it's cost you games. But the thing I think that's most impressive right now about this team is, and Coach Gurley talked about this after the game last night with us, just how connected this team is. I mean, and we say things like winning cures all ills and sales cures all ills and all those kinds of things. But man, I'll tell you, they are together, and it's really cool to see. I mean, you have somebody like Adley Blacklock comes in last night, and she comes in cold, and right away they call a play for her, and she hits a 3, just nails it at the top of the key.
Nice. And
then a little bit later on, while she was playing, there was another opportunity for her to take a 3, but then she spies somebody down below, and it's like, okay, they got to. And I don't know what she's thinking, but I mean, you could see what she was thinking. But she's like, because she passed the ball to him, so basically she gave up a shot that she still had a really good shot at because somebody else had a better shot at it. And then defensively, she can be scrappy for you as well. I mean, she only played 4.5 minutes and had 4 points. And then at the end of the game, Mimi Sonogo, who's just always got a smile on her face, she doesn't play very much, but she's coming into the game, and you can hear the bench cheering for her. You can hear this kind of this gleeful joy that comes up as Mimi comes into the ball game. And she had one shot last night and missed it. But you could just, you can just hear that team, being together. And again, it's easy when you're winning, right? It's easy when you're winning. Mm-hmm. And then well after the game last night. So this is after our post game, and we're done. And I think Coach Gurley could finally finished up with the media. And we could hear, because their locker room is clear across the court and it's underneath the stands. But you could hear like the cheering from the locker room, and it's when Coach Gurley entered the locker room. So, I mean, they're running on all cylinders right now. But you see this in basketball. You see this at all levels, right? You see it at the high school level and the college level, and to some degree at the professional level. But when you have a team that's connected and together, and they're following the coaching, and they're allowing themselves to be coached hard, and they're correcting their mistakes, and they're understanding that what they did on Saturday against Oklahoma State, they were out of sync. They didn't play very well. They didn't match up very well with Oklahoma State. And then they come out, because I was concerned about last night's game. I mean, you're playing Baylor. I mean, you're playing, the number 15 team in the country or whatever they were. And, a team that you've obviously had a lot of lack of success against. And you just beat them like a drum.
Threw the first punch and
never looked back.
They never really responded.
Yeah. Now they put up 15 points in the first quarter, but you put up 22. Mm-hmm. And then followed that up with 26 in the second. So how far can this team go? Gosh, I don't know. There's concern about Saturday because you got to go to Colorado, and you beat them once here, and you lost to them once last year up there, and it was really disappointing. And there's some players that were part of that team, like Fritz and Bristow and Maupin and Sunoco and Blacklock. But can you go in there and get a win and be now 12-4 with 2 games left and a shot at, if somebody knocks off TCU, if you take care of your business, winning the Big 12 for a team that was picked 13th? That's crazy.
Giving yourself a chance. It's like Arizona State in football a couple years ago.
Yeah. So, so this it was pretty much it was pretty good last night as far as the Lady Raiders are concerned. This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. From a Mustang softball dad. Y'all better give a shout out to Nunez. She actually shot the ball, made a 3-pointer, and made some layups as well. Wreck 'em. Yeah, she did. Hema Nunez last night had 10 points. She was 4 of 7. Had 3 assists, had 4 steals. I should have said this at the beginning. Thank you to Bullfighter. Bad wreck on the South Loop. Heading east between Indiana and University. You might want to avoid that area. So keep that in mind if you're going east on the loop between Indiana and University. So if you want to find an alternate route, if you're headed that way, you might want to consider that. Paul wants an update on the 7-1 Lady Raider. She is not going to play this year, but she is getting, I think, in school and practicing and traveling, and there's grand expectations for her for next year. So that's kind of where we are right now with Stephanie.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.